Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am the Drunken Goth, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the rebuild process of the FISPA mechanical fuel pump, commonly used on a lot of the 1960s Ferrari models. So predominantly used throughout the 1960s on models like the 330, 275, 500 Superfast, anything along those lines using the Colombo V12, you will find the FISPA mechanical fuel pump. Now when you initially get into the car, you turn the ignition on and you press the A button on the dashboard for the autoflux, which is the electric fuel pump that builds up a little bit of fuel in the carbs before turning the key over and the initial startup of the car begins. Once the car is actually started up, then this small device on the front of the timing chest is what's responsible for pumping fuel around the engine. So the strip down and rebuild of this device is actually relatively simple. There is a kit that you can buy from places like Superformance, which includes everything you need, and it is something you can do very easily. So once removed from the engine and on the bench, we begin by taking this top plate off, which as you can see here reveals a couple of springs, some valves, a large rubber gasket, and then we move to taking the lower panel off, which as you can see here covers up the cam mechanism which works up and down against the diaphragm on the internals to start pumping the fuel around. No special tools are required, it is mainly just C-clips and screws that hold the whole thing together, and as you can see here, this is what it looks like when it is completely stripped apart. It's fairly self-explanatory where everything goes. As you're stripping it down you can quite easily see where everything's come from, where it goes back in, so any level of mechanic, novice, can do this quite easily, and with the kit containing everything you really need to rebuild it, it's very easy to get this done, and it's always worth doing, as especially with a lot of these older cars, the fuel in them goes stale from not being used very often and it can gam things up, so it is always worth doing and quite easy to do. And there we have it, fully reassembled and ready to fit back onto the car, good as new. Well, that is it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye bye.